Okay, this is where I kind of broke down a little because I went ahead and read one of the books in a game to see what Bethesda would consider great inspiration and putting, what was worth putting into their game. Omega: The Last Days of the World by Camille Flammarion. I think I am mispronouncing her name. I am sorry. And I'll be honest, as interesting as the concept of that book is, my god, is it bloated and weird. I was gonna put this into a whole section to itself, but fuck it, we're just doing it here live. The central story to Omega is that a comet is due to hit Earth with devastating results, and the book explores several points of views from all across the globe. It was written in 1894, and it is effectively a sci-fi, so reading this old novel trying to imagine the Earth several hundred years in the future was pretty interesting. I liked it. It's literally a book that goddamn Arthur Morgan could have enjoyed. God damn.
Cheers.
Anyways, the book talks about populations on Mars and even on the moon, if I'm not mistaken, and how the Earth is going to cope and survive this disaster coming their way. But the stories we follow aren't following the common man or the scientists or even the higher ups. No, this book is like a grand overview of the world at large, where we get snippets of great discussions among scientists and politicians, and the common rabble themselves. We focus on the stress and panic of the human race and how the days leading up to the impact, is. Exciting, right? Well, if this book was about 200 pages shorter, maybe it might have been one of my more interesting reads. See, most of the novel is spent arguing the physics and science around the impending impact until the very end. And at the end, it gives you such a strange and bizarre ending that it all seems so off. The whole book is grueling scientific exchanges between so many characters, and at the end, we are talked through a spiritual and divine godlike write-off that clashes contrast-wise with the rest of the book. It's also mentioned that the last humans on Earth have a vision of Jupiter and how that planet survives humanity, which also brings up the question about why Jupiter, I almost said Juniper, Jupiter in the game has a city icon that no one knows anything about or what it's for. I expect cut content or DLC coming very soon about that, but the book is fitting in a way that there's a lot of nothing being said, and when something finally happens, it's either very strange or hand-waved away with some nonsense. I don't know. I don't know why I read it.